So in a significant push towards enhancing India's indigenous defense capabilities and fostering a robust domestic aerospace industrial ecosystem, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh approved the Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft AMCA program execution model. The Aeronautical Development Agency is set to execute the program through industry partnership. This is an important step towards harnessing the indigenous expertise, capability and capacity to develop the AMCA prototype, which will be a major milestone towards Atmanirbhar Bharat, that is self-reliance in the aerospace sector. The execution model approach provides equal opportunities for both private and public sectors on a competitive basis. And Akshay Dongre joins us for more on this story. Akshay, the Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft, or AMCA, that is to be developed for the Indian Air Force, will be a fifth-generation deep penetration aircraft. If you could talk to us about the broad features of this combat aircraft, such as its stealth abilities and its weaponry.
Well, as far as the defense capabilities, as far as the offensive and defensive capabilities of AMCA are concerned, much has already been talked about. First of all, this is a fifth-generation aircraft, so clearly there will be stealth features in the aircraft. It will be a stealth aircraft, which means that it cannot be caught on radar. So, for example, when India launched Operation Sindoor, if India had AMCA, then it could have easily penetrated deep inside Pakistan, bombed the targets and came back without even getting noticed on the radar. So Pakistan doesn't have any capabilities to detect any kind of radar aircraft. In fact, as far as the world is concerned, there is no breakthrough in the technology of radars that can detect fifth generation stealth aircraft. So US has it, China has it, Russia has it, and now it seems that India is going to join the elite club of these countries who have the capabilities of manufacturing a complete aircraft on their own. So while there are a lot of aircraft being developed around the world, they're usually being done in close cooperation with on collaboration basis between the countries. But India has on its own started AMCA program. Now the third phase of the program has given a go-ahead, which means that in a short span of time, we will have the capability of having a complete test model of AMCA, and later on we can also have the production line ready to give the country its own indigenous fifth generation aircraft. Now, as far as the capabilities are concerned, then clearly the most important is the stealth one. Second, it has, it has the capability of carrying several kind of missiles, several kind of weaponry without even being detected on either the enemy aircraft radars or the air defense systems that are inside Pakistan or even inside China or any other developed country when it comes to defense industry. So it has a lot of capabilities. It can carry Astra missiles that are also being developed by the DRDO that also have been used extensively by the Indian Armed Forces in operations. So there is a lot of capability as far as AMCA is concerned, but we'll have to wait some more time for the production lines to start pumping out these aircrafts in a phased manner, which is going to be the backbone of the Indian aero defense sector.
Okay, thank you, Akshay, for those updates. Let's now bring in some perspective also on the story. We are joined by Air Vice Marshal, retired O.P. Tiwari on the show. Welcome, Tiwari ji, to the show. First of all, why is Atmanirbhar Bharat, or self-reliance in the aerospace sector, so important for India?
You see that we used to buy aircraft from outside. Initially from the Russia, then we bought few aircraft from France, then from the USA. And lot of revenue lot of exchequer, lot of amount used to go out. And plus used to depend upon them. Right now, just I'll give you an example. For Mirage Maritime, we have signed a deal, but they refused to share the port because India wanted to load those aircrafts with their own weapons, own missile systems, which they have not agreed upon. Now see, our missile systems, our weaponry have proved how good they are during the Operation Sindoor. So these are much cheaper than what Europeans supply at any rate, what the rate they supply, much cheaper. So any country in the world would prefer Indian weapons, which are cheaper as well as very efficient and plus tested and proved its quality and efficiency. Now what happens? Let's see that we started off aircraft. Aircraft manufacturing started much later. Tejas Mark 1, Mark 1E. Mark 2, we are slightly delayed because of that General Electric Aerospace engines. Now they have agreed to supply that F414 engines. The our chief, air chief also brought it out, like we have to add at least 20 to 30 aircrafts per year to meet the shortfall so far. So now now they have agreed and they have promised, and what excuse they have given, our factory was not operational for quite some time. To make it operational, it has taken some time. Money has been paid, but the fact is that our aspect has been delayed. Now I'm coming back to the new aircraft, stealth aircraft. We have to be ahead of time. We cannot produce an aircraft which has lost its, which is far behind the present schedule what other countries have got. Like stealth bomber has been produced by USA, Russia and even China. China's J-20 aircraft, which is fully operational, is not fully stealth, but it's quite capable. Now what happens about in the same sequence of Tejas Mark 1, Mark 2, manufacturing Mark 2 will start coming up soon. This advanced medium combat aircraft is 1-2 steps ahead in the stealth in the next generation, that is generation 5.5, which has to be stealth or work more weapons, and it has to be integrated with the other platforms in the operations. Like what happens is the 5 aircrafts are above and few missiles are being launched. All has to be integrated and directed accordingly, so that any feedback from any aircraft or any missiles come, that has to be related and you get efficiency result. So that is a very much required in the present world, integration of all the platform in the combat scenario. The AMCA, Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft, is going to have that. Our Indian engineers, courtesy with the DRDO and the Indian Air Force involvement at every step, has able to produce a good engine. Now what is the problem with this aircraft? Only thing we are lagging behind the aero engines. Now this time the deal has been gone through the Japan system, which is going to, in the collaboration with the Japan, will develop the aero engines for AMCA. And moment to Japan, it is Japan's need also. Japan technologically have been ahead, but not the aviation industry. So they also have to do something great so that come into the limelight. So a moment you get that engines from France, and 2035, 2035 has been given the target. I am sure if engine comes up faster, our engineer DRDO will get these aircrafts before time. Like most of the aircraft, like China also want to have certain guidelines for the new next instance aircraft by 2029. Even if you 2 years, 3 years behind, but it's our own platform, own manufactured stuffs. We don't have to depend on anybody. We don't have to depend on any security code which is required from which other country refuses to give. Now we don't have to prepare for spares. So everything will be available with us. Equipments are us, armaments are us, and they are very well integrated. So desired result, whatever you are going to achieve, it is not that we are going to see. Suppose something buy from a market. The manufacturer gives you certain guidelines. If this can perform this, this can perform this, this can perform this. But you have not tested it. But advantage of one platform, apart from saving a large amount of exchequer amount, plus we'll have what you are going to manufacture, what you are coming out, what Air Force is going to have. It is already tested, and what is being there, at least 20% better efficiency you can get. You can expect from there what has been guaranteed and what has been tested to us. The AMCA, so now development of this aircraft, it has been started off well in time, and though it should have been given the target, it should have been started about 6 months back or 1 year back, but anyway, it is good that started, and it will not only give us our hand, but it will give boost Indian economy as well, because of a lot of demands of this aircraft by different countries, because our equipments are cheaper as compared to the equipment supplied by the Western, USA or Israel or any other country. At the same time, the efficiency has already been shown and reflected and seen by the world how Indian machineries and Indian missiles and how the Indian equipments have performed during Operation Sindoor.
Okay, you've spoken a bit about the execution model. The bidding and subsequent development of the AMCA is going to be done by this execution model. Why do you think this model has been adopted?
Well, this model, see, what is this stealth aircraft will require a little bit of that, that alloy which is going to be manufactured for this aircraft. There are two specifics about the stealth technology for this aircraft. One is the alloy for the airframe, and second is the engine. The airframe, we have already started working and we are going to get a desired result, but engine performance is slightly behind time. slightly behind time, so they have got no alternative but to take a foreign help. Now, apart from these two equipments, we have already got everything else what is required. Where the armaments to be kept at, the desired radar equipment, desired ammunition which has to be loaded, and very, very effective electronic warfare equipment, electronic warfare mechanism loaded in this aircraft, and the platform which can bring in all the aircrafts, all the missiles working in that combat scenario together to have a better efficiency and better strike. So all other things Indian scientists and DRDO have been working and achieved certain level. Only two things will be required. That's why the delay has been given to 2035. But our progress in making all the equipments, all the parts for a modern stealth aircraft, that is advanced medium combat aircraft, AMCA, is all in the progress. Now it has been given. Now the orders have been given. Now the instructions are, the Ministry of Defense has given the go ahead, means the adequate fund will be available and you can negotiate. And I'm sure Japan will be much more reliable partner, which will not delay the supply of the engine or will share all the technical details so that we can.
Okay, Marshal, very briefly, how would you summarize when this project, AMCA project, will be completed? Will it give India the definite strategic edge it needs?
Yes, I'm fully convinced about it. 2035, though slightly late, but nevertheless, we'll get the impact, and plus more impact that it is our own aircrafts. Proudly you can say our own aircrafts. It did not only boost Indian Air Force, Indian defense morale and Indian defense effectiveness, but also the economy boost, because we will be able to supply and sell these equipments to the African countries, other Asian countries, because they are far better, they will be far superior and more effective.
Okay, thank you very much. We are really delighted to have you, sir, to explain this whole project to us. Air Vice Marshal O.P. Tiwari joining us on DD India News.